For my communities in words and pictures, I will be covering the town I live in, which is New Braunfels, Texas. I'll start with the demographics. The total population is 84,612, with 51.2% being female and 48.8% being male. For race, New Braunfels is 60.8% white, 34% Hispanic, 2% Black, 1.4% Asian, 0.3% American Indian, and 1.5% as other. 7.7% of the population is under 5 years old, 25.3% are under 18, and 14.8% are over 65. The unemployment rate is at 3%, and the poverty level is 8.9%. The crime index is 166.9, with the national average at 274. 91.2% of the population graduated from high school, 32.3% have a bachelor's degree or higher, and 8% have a graduate degree or higher. There is 50.2% of the population with no religious affiliation, 21.7% are evangelical Protestant, 16.4% are Catholic, 8.8% are mainline Protestant, and 2.8% consider themselves of another affiliation. Now I'll cover important institutions. So the formal institutions in New Braunfels consist of industries, occupations, and education. There are 7 main industries, with educational services, healthcare, and accommodations being the top 3. There are also 7 main occupations, with sales, teaching, and management being the top 3. There are several colleges and universities located within 30 minutes of New Braunfels, with Texas State University being the most popular one. The informal institutions in New Braunfels consist of local community celebrations, churches, and cultural centers. The most popular community celebrations are Wurstfest and Wasselfest. There are 109 congregations and several cultural centers, with the Stauffenberg Museum being the most popular. I've gone ahead and added in tourist attractions since it's the principal business, along with farming and ranching. The most popular tourist attractions are Schlitterbahn Water Park, Tubing on the Rivers, and the haunted Faust Hotel. Here's a map of New Braunfels. I've also included a map showing more of Texas. Most people have heard of either San Antonio or Austin, so when I say we're located in between them, they can usually get a good idea about where we are. On the map of New Braunfels on the right, you can see the rivers, which bring tourists to us. You can also see how it's expanding outward from the center of town, and a lot of the local farmers are now selling their land to developers who are building subdivisions to keep up with the growing population. So according to the article Seeking the Good Community, 9 main requirements make up a good community. Here's the list of the 9 requirements, and I'm going to now assess my community for each of these 9 elements to see whether it is a good community or not. I'm going to start with safety. So to be considered a good community, there are few natural disasters, there's a good traffic flow, a safe water supply, clean air, and a good crime rate. According to city data, New Braunfels, specifically Comal County, has had 18 natural disasters, with 8 being declared as major disasters and 7 as emergencies. So here on the left you have flooding damage from 1998, and the picture on the right is flooding actually happening in 2015. Traffic flow in New Braunfels has become a problem lately with the increase in population. New Braunfels was ranked the 2nd U.S. city in growth in 2018, with a population growth rate of 7.2% from 2017 to 2018. So safe water. According to the New Braunfels utilities, none of the tests conducted in 2017 resulted in violations. The air quality index is about average at 68.1, and the crime index, as I said earlier, is at 166.9. So goods and services. So New Braunfels is growing and now has many shops, grocery stores, restaurants. Here on the left is Creekside Shopping Center, one of the newest shopping areas, and on the right is historic downtown, which has a lot of shopping there as well. So many people will live here even if they have to commute to work due to its small town feel. According to city data, 18% of the population commute 15 minutes, 7% commute 60 minutes, and 3% commute 90 minutes or more. And the commuting time is increasing due to subdivisions being built further out from the highway, and because the traffic on the highways is getting worse because of the increased populations, not only in New Braunfels, but in the surrounding cities as well. So relationships. So New Braunfels provides many opportunities for its citizens to come together. On a local level, it has many community celebrations, which is shown here on the left, Wurstfest, which I mentioned earlier, as well as many public parks and swimming pools. And within my neighborhood itself, we have many events as well. Right here on the right is the pool where a lot of barbecues are held. And they also have a night out for small businesses at the pool. A lot of things happen at the pool. There's also contests held for best yards, best Halloween decorations, best Christmas lights. Business owners will also give neighborhood residents discounts on their services or post helpful tips on neighborhood Facebook pages. So values and goals. Some of the values and goals that have brought residents together in New Braunfels are improvements to the community, education, parks and recreation, and keeping the German heritage alive. So community improvements include the citywide street improvement projects that started with the Walnut Avenue project, which was a $27.8 million reconstruction project on only 1.5 miles of road. And the project included widening the road to 2 lanes in each direction, adding in several pocket parks, which is a picture there on the left, and hike and bike trails. If you drive down Walnut, these things are never used. Education has also proved to be a common goal with voters, passing 2 bond packages worth over $400 million in 2015 and 2017 for the local school district. Parks and recreations have also brought the community together when bonds were passed to support park projects and sports complexes. So Fisher Park here on the right cost over $8 million to construct and is on 62 acres, which include hike and bike trails, playgrounds, there's a splash playground and fishing ponds. And as I mentioned before, all the cultural community celebrations as well bring people together with common values and goals. So the whole person. In my personal experiences working in several elementary schools within New Braunfels, the employees were rarely treated as whole persons by the parents of students. Parents rarely seemed to realize that we had personal lives and that we were going through things in our lives as well. I've also seen people working in customer service be treated very badly if they messed something up or didn't know the answer to something. I do feel though that this can happen anywhere. Predictability. I feel that New Braunfels is pretty predictable. Most people have come to expect or predict traffic and backups on certain streets and plan accordingly. There aren't many violent crimes or severe car accidents. Pretty much people wake up, go to work, come home again without much unpredictability within their day. Place. So 12 years ago, when my family moved back to Texas and we ended up in New Braunfels, there didn't seem to be much tolerance for people who did not have the same beliefs and behaviors as the residents who were already living here, which were mainly conservative ranchers. As New Braunfels has grown though, the population has become more diverse with different cultures and backgrounds, which has helped the community's tolerance grow. So downtown shuts down now to celebrate the Mexican holiday of Day of the Dead and for a march on Martin Luther King Day, and now has a Unitarian Universalist building. Opportunities. So New Braunfels does have opportunities for work, play, learning, shopping, worshiping that will provide for growth and fulfillment. There are many industries available for employment. There's several museums, theaters, parks, lots of entertainment available. Like I said earlier, quite a few colleges within 30 minutes. There's several shopping centers that just keep growing, as well as many congregations for worshiping. So for my neighborhood, we have had some conflicts between neighbors, but most look out for one another. They take care of each other. Neighbors will provide free items to each other, help answer questions to anybody that's just moved in, sell someone some eggs if they need them, though I'm not sure if that would still happen right now. But like many other neighborhood, kids play together after school and on the weekends throughout the neighborhood. So my assessment of New Braunfels. So based off of needing these 9 elements, I don't believe New Braunfels is a good community. Though it does meet most of the requirements, I feel it falls short with safety due to a lot of natural disasters. Falls short for the whole person principle due to only being seen as my profession and not as a whole person. You know, I'm also a mother, wife, daughter, sister. And it also falls short for having a recognized place in the social structure due to people in the community being judgmental, having a low tolerance of people who are different from themselves. I would like to make improvements to people's acceptance of others. I majored in anthropology because I love learning about different cultures and religions. So it's hard for me to understand when people can be so intolerant and of others, you know, who come from different cultures and backgrounds. So I would like to see more ethnic celebrations within the community, as well as education about those cultures and backgrounds. So here are my references, and I hope you enjoy learning about my community.